Hey troops, it is GeneralJSmith here, otherwise known as Josh, with another 2014 video, and this is one of those videos which I do at the beginning of every year. It is my destroyed sets list thing. If you go back on my video history right to the end, like one of the first few videos I ever did was my 2013 destroyed sets, which is basically, if you've been subscribed to me for a little while, you may know that all the sets you see on my table and things are not all the sets that I have ever owned. In fact, quite a few of my sets have been broken up over the years through various reasons and whatever, and really, just overall, I wish they were all built. But anyway, the point is that I'm now trying to rebuild my set, and some of the classic reviews I do, for example, this set was broken up, but I rebuilt it last year, and so yeah. Anyway, so it is that time again. So this is my 2014 version. Hopefully there'll be less instruction manuals. So basically, because these are all the instruction manuals of obviously all the sets that are broken up in my collection. So yeah, basically, and over the year I will try to rebuild as many of these as possible, and things like that. So, I suppose, let us get started. Alright, so moving on to the Imperial stuff, we have first of all, you may notice by the way it is laid out in different armies. For example, this version is Imperial, then you got Rebels, then you got Republic and Separatist. Anyway, first Rebels, we have the Snowspeed backpack from I think 2010, I think. This is broken up. I'm thinking this will be made by next year because it is a quite small set. Shouldn't take very long to build at all. So I'm assuming it'll be easy to build. And the other Imperial set, there's only two in the Imperials actually that are broken up, is the Star Destroyer. Oh, sorry, that doesn't have a cover, the first one. It is the Star Destroyer from 2006. I do have this awesome set. Technically speaking, the biggest set I have as pieces-wise, pieces-wise, it is the biggest set I've ever owned, with 1,300 something pieces. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, even though technically it's the biggest, don't think that it dwarfs all of my other sets. I have a bunch of other sets that come very close to the same sort of piece count. For example, the Chrome Turbo Tank and a bunch of other sets that have nearly that amount, but not quite. So yeah, technically it is the biggest, but I do still have quite a few other bigger sets. Well, no, not bigger, but very big sets as well. I know they're making a new version of this in the but it's a strong rumour that they're making a 2014 in the summer line. They're making a new version of this, and we saw some some early pictures that say of the set. It looks very, very remarkably similar to this one. They are just very early pictures. They may not be incredibly accurate. However, and it says it's going to be $150 or something. Now, obviously, as I said, that was a new thing. That is, we don't entirely know. But if there's $150, that's quite expensive. So, anyway, so that's Imperial. This is going on to Rebel now. Well, sort of Rebel. I mean, technically speaking, this isn't Rebel. However, it was owned by Luke Skywalker. This is one of those sets which I actually do have two of. One of which is built. I don't think I've reviewed it actually. I'll probably do that at some point this year. The reason I got another one, however, because basically I bought the first one off eBay for £8. Normally retail price is £25. The reason I got it £8 was because it didn't have any of the figures. It just basically had the set itself and the instruction manual. But then I thought I wanted to go back, and obviously I broke that up. So I went back and bought a whole other one, which came with all the figures and everything. So I've got the whole thing built. However, I do have another one of the speeders just on its own, broken up somewhere. I'm not sure when I'll rebuild this, because it's probably going to be one of the easier sets compared to these to rebuild. However, I'm not that fussed about it, especially since I've got another one anyway. So it probably won't be a while before I rebuild this one. There's definitely things higher on my list. Next Rebel set, we're getting the old sets. We have a B-Wing, and also there's meant to be a new version. I can't wait to see the pictures of this. A new version of this coming in the summer of 2014. I really love the B-Wing, and I always wanted them to make a new version of it, because it's one of those sets which you've never really heard of. It's one of those vehicles in Star Wars which you don't really know anything about. Just one of these odd little sets in the corner. And they've only ever made one full version of it. They made like a couple of micro versions of it, but you know, I really want to make a full version of the game because it was an awesome set. It was really cool to fly about and, you know, to have it on the stand because it came with this special like stand thing. Like, see? Yeah. You know, and you can like stand up and it was awesome. It was so awesome. Unfortunately, this is probably one of those sets we won't see very soon from me. Because it is very old, and yeah, it did come like 2006 or something. So I've almost definitely lost some of the pieces. So there were definitely other sets that I'll build before this. I'm not sure if you'll see it this year. You might do. You know, it's just the beginning of the year, so you might do. Who knows? But we'll see. I doubt it. And then the last Rebel set we have is the X-Wing from 2006. I do have the 2012 version behind me. Personally, I suppose I like the 2012 version more. However, this was definitely a very good set when it was out. You know, I definitely preferred this. It was the best X-Wing of its time, and it was a very, very cool set. I really love to play with this. It's one of my favourite sets. I remember asking my parents so much for this for Christmas. So yeah. So yeah, there isn't really much to say. So there you go. That's the last Rebel set. Right. So let's get on to the Separatist then. I just want to clarify, before we can finish the Rebels entirely, just before we get on to the Separatist, there was another Rebel set which I did have, which is broken up. It is the Rebel Scout Speeder from 2008, I think, or something like that. I don't know, sometime around that time. If you search on Google, you'll see it. Yeah, it was a cool set while I had it. Unfortunately, I don't have the instruction manuals, because I'm not sure where they went, but I do have that set as well, which is broken up. But anyway, let's go on to the Separatist. First set is the old General Grievous Starfighter. I do not have the 2010 version, even though I think the 2010 version was far, far better than this one. The figure was better, and it was just a better set than this one. However, this one was definitely very cool at the time. It was definitely very cool set. Yeah, it doesn't have that many pieces. It only has like 200 and something, so not that many pieces at all compared to other ones. However, again, this is a quite old set from like 2007, so you won't be seeing this very soon, partially because it's so old, which means I've probably lost quite a few of the pieces, and partially because it's not really my highest on priority, you know. Yeah, it'd be cool to review it and everything, but, you know, it's not really one of the main ones, you know, it's just, yeah. So anyway, I've got this. It's cool. Yeah. This is the only time I got General Grievous, but obviously I'll be getting the wheel bike, which is actually meant to come in the post. Oh gosh, but never mind. Yeah, because I didn't get the old wheel bike, and I didn't get the most recent, like, Clone Wars variant of General Grievous. And now, sort of the last Separatist set, depending on how you mean, is the droid gunship. You'll see what I meant there by a minute. Droid gunship anyway, I've been mentioning this quite a while. I've been watching my updates and things like that. You know, for the last month or so, I've been mentioning it quite a bit because I really want to rebuild it. I strongly doubt it will be rebuilt for me to compare it to the new one, unfortunately, which, by the way, is also coming in the post. I hope it will come tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. Oh, gosh, it's so annoying, this post thing. Anyway, but I'll go into that more in the end. I wanted to have it built to compare it, but there was a bunch of other things I was building as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's a very cool set. I'm not sure which one I like more, this or the new one. So, I don't know. Because, well, both of them I don't actually have at this moment. One of them's broken up, the other ones I don't have. So, yeah, but I mean, it's difficult. Because I actually really love this set. Just, like, the design of it. Not such, like, in a Lego set in itself, which is, you know, it's cool, but yeah. I just love the design of this vehicle. So, yeah, and that's a very cool set. I've wanted this built for some time. I'm hoping this will be done in the new year. Definitely. At some point, you know, I'm hoping soon. This will be like probably one of the next vehicles on my list to build. Maybe not the next, you know, but it should be coming sometime before June or whatever. Sometime before the middle of this year. Also another set which I unfortunately, well, I do have the instructions, but it's over there and they are a bit ripped, so yeah, is the first ever droid battle pack, and in fact actually the only ever droid battle pack from 2007. I do have that, and I'm sort of in the process of building it as I speak, so I do have that. Yeah, that's over there, and then, well, yeah, I know technically this isn't a Separatist set, I know that, it is a pirate set. However, you know, I didn't want to like put it in the middle or something because it's sort of like a random place. I thought I might as well put it, You know, because, you know, it happened in the Clone Wars and it was a bad guy thing, so, yeah. And it's the pirate tank. I'm not sure about building this one. It does have quite a few pieces compared to others, more than you may think. And it is fairly new. But I don't know. I don't know how complicated this would be to build, actually. It might take a lot longer than I think, or a lot shorter than I think. I'm not sure about this set. This is also another set which I got off eBay without any of the figures. You can do that a lot. If you just like the set and you don't particularly want the figures, you can get it off eBay normally a lot cheaper without the figures, which is what I did for this set. So I do not have those two figures, unfortunately. I do have that Obi-Wan from another set, but unfortunately I do not have these two guys. That's sad. But, you know, it was definitely a cool set. Not particularly useful, but nonetheless very cool. I definitely recommend people getting this. Right, so on to the Republic, I think. Okay, so now, only 2 sets, well, actually no, technically 3 sets on the Republic. This one we have the Jedi Starfighter with the hyperdrive booster ring. Yeah, you may have, if you've been subscribed to me for quite some time, then you may know that actually I had this set built, like not the hyperdrive booster ring, just this vehicle built. But then it's broken up basically now. So I basically rebuilt it and then broke it up again. Yeah, I know. But it's various reasons. But anyway, so yeah. This set is actually would be very easy for me to rebuild. Really, I just can't be bothered. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's that much of a deal. You know, it's not that big of a thing. This will be a lot harder to build because some of the pieces in here are quite rare. You know, when it comes to rebuilding old sets, there's a lot of things you need to take into account. Obviously, the amount of pieces, obviously the more pieces it has. Well, that's the thing. You may think the more pieces it has, the harder it will obviously be because you have to find more pieces. But if it has more pieces, that means it'll be easier to find, like, you know, because more of the pieces in the collection, if you get my meaning, will be part of that set. And also it's about the commonness of the pieces. Like if you have a set that has like an exclusive piece to it, that means you're gonna try and find that one particular piece out of all your Lego. But if like that piece appears in like every single set, it'll be a lot easier to find. So yeah, so it depends on a lot of things. Depends on the colours. Depends on, you know, because I mean, for example, of the internals. For example, you can't see the internals of this engine, can you? So, I mean, like, if there was a particular blue piece in here and I couldn't find it, however, I could find the same piece in a different colour, I might put that in because you can't actually see it. It doesn't affect how it looks or anything. It doesn't affect the functions of it. It's just a bit of a different colour. So, yeah, anyway, so I've done that. There's also another set which I do not have the instructions to, unfortunately. It is the Republic V-Wing, the old one for 2006. Now, I have done a review of the Republic V-Wing and the Imperial V-Wing, sort of comparison thing. You may want to check it back. That's because I have 2 Republic V-Wings, technically. The reason I bought the second Republic V-Wing was because the old Republic V-Wing was broken up. So technically, I do have 2 of that set. So I don't think I'll be rebuilding that anytime soon, because I do have another one now. So, yeah. But anyway, I will be comparing that to the 2014 version, by the way, which is also on its way. And then the last set that is not built is this, the Venta class Republic Cruiser, or I don't know, Attack Cruiser, I don't know what it's called, whatever, the big thing. I would really love to have this built on a Star Destroyer, to like have them side by side, to blast the hell out of each other. That'd be awesome, but you know, anyway, it is a 2 instruction thing. Very awesome set, very awesome indeed. Yeah, once again, I'm not sure this, I doubt this will be built this year, maybe, I don't know, because, yeah, it does have a lot of pieces. However, for example, this whole, well, not the whole section, but like if you have this set, then you know what I'm talking about, there's like an exoskeleton to this bit in the front. That's all built, because that's like in one of my boxes, because I didn't take that apart. And things that, like, there are random bits, like random panels that are still put together, but it's just like sort of, so I don't know how hard this will be really. It'll have to take quite a while, you know. I'm not going to be building this anytime soon because the 2014 sets are on their way. So, yeah. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that video of me showing it. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for you. It may have been, it definitely may have been, I would understand why it was a bit boring. But, you know, this is partially for me as well, so that, you know, for me to keep track. there will be a link to my 2013 video of this down in the description, and you can sort of compare it to see how many sets I built over the year, and things. Now, as I'm making this video, I have not actually got the 2014 sets yet. However, they are on their way. Well, I'm not sure if they've actually been delivered, but I mean, like, I'm not sure they've been shipped, which is what I mean. But I did order them on the 27th of December, 2013. I'm making this video on the 2nd of January. They're still not come here. I've you know, asked people and whatever, because it's difficult, because obviously you have some bank holidays, Christmas and things. These are bank holidays, so I don't know. It may come tomorrow, it may come the day after that. I don't know. I really hope it'll come before next week, because it's now Thursday actually. So yeah, and I don't think Lego delivers on Saturdays. I don't know really what's going on. But anyway, so when I do get them, I'll be reviewing them and doing Let's Builds. So yeah, and I'm comparing some of these sets. So there you go then. I suppose give this video a like if you liked it, obviously. Leave down a comment down there on whatever you want. I don't mind, you know. Ask me a question of anything, I will answer it. And obviously please subscribe to my channel. Have a happy new year. I hope 2014 is great for you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, troops.